Hello everyone. Welcome back to SAT Math Question of the Day with Brothers Chaiken, where we try to show you how to approach both studying for the Math SAT and also actually how to approach Math SAT questions. In terms of studying, we highly suggest going to the Khan Academy. Just Google Khan Academy SAT Practice, and they have two courses: one for the non-digital SAT test and one for the digital SAT test. Decide which one you're going to take and go to the appropriate practice. They've partnered with the College Board, and they basically go through everything that is on the test. The test is more of a test of what you learned in school. So we go through the advanced questions on the Khan side. We go through one question a day, and we're just going to cycle through with the intention that the hope that if we give approaches on how to do the advanced questions, you can do the mediums and the foundations yourself, and we strongly encourage you to do the mediums and the foundations questions yourself, as well as many advanced questions as you can. So, what topic are we up to now? Last week, we did quadratic and exponential word problems. I think that was the last one we did. I think so. So now we're doing quadratic graphs. Okay, so we're probably going to be doing, using the modality of graphs as opposed to the algebraic modality in doing algebra problems. So let's go. Okay, well, they don't give us a graph paper. Okay, but you do have a calculator. You do have a graphing calculator that, at least on the digital side, you do have a graphing calculator, and that's a Desmos calculator. Okay, please do read the question, do it, and come back, and we will do it together. We have two functions. They look sort of similar, but they're different. Ungraphed on the xy plane, y is f of x. As y is equal to f of x, and y is equal to g of x. Got it. Okay. So that's going to say that's confusing, but that's okay. Let A be the y coordinate of the vertex of function f, and B be the y coordinate of the the vertex. Oh, we're talking about the vertex. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. You have to do annotation. It's always helpful to read the question. The vertex, and the what B be the y. So, comma A, comma B. Okay, of the vertex. If A is 5 less than B, then what's the value of B? Well, there may be a cute way to do this, but maybe it's just best to just find A and B.
Okay,
right?
I think the critical issue is what is the vertex of a function?
No. The first step, I think, is to decide, are we going to find A and B separately, or are we going to, maybe there's some crazy trick where A and B are related by a 5. It seems like it would take too much time to figure out whether A and B are related by a 5. Maybe the best thing to do is just find A and B, and then just plug it into the system. Okay, so
it says A is the y coordinate of the vertex.
Yeah. It is.
That does not make any sense without knowing what is the vertex.
Of course. Yeah. So that's the next.
So
step.
you have to. We have to remind or teach the audience when they talk about the vertex.
Exactly. The vertex.
What is that?
These are both negative parabolas. See, there's a negative sign in front here, leading negative sign. So these parabolas both go like this, or something like that. The vertex is the point on the parabola, which is the maximum of a parabola if it goes down, and it is the minimum of a parabola if it goes up. Y is equal to 3x squared plus 7. Okay. So the vertex is the point that it reaches. Maximum, minimum. Now, if you're lucky enough to have the quadratic equation written in what's called vertex form, then you can read the vertex directly off of the equation. And what is vertex form? Y is equal to ax minus h squared plus k. The vertex is hk, and this is a minus sign. So let's look and see. Whoa, look at that. You're right, Seth. Thank you so much. These equations are in vertex form. Lucky. Wow. So all we have to do is just read off the y coordinate of the vertex. This is the vertex. So it's easy to read the y coordinate off the vertex. It's like
It's even easier to read
a,
off the x coordinate of the vertex.
Yeah, but we don't care less. Don't confuse me. We don't care that about.
You need to know you simply observe. Okay, what Joel observed is that for a downwardly opening parabola, the vertex is the point of maximum height.
Well said.
Right?
Well said.
And so the square term in both cases, the square term is always negative, except when the quantity squared is 0.
Right.
In which case it's 0.
Right.
Right? So the square term. So when the value of f is maximum, is x, f of x is max, is where minus 2.5 times x plus 2 squared plus the 8 is the place where this term here equals 0. Okay? So when these terms are 0 at the vertex, therefore the y coordinate of f's vertex is 8, and the y coordinate of g's vertex is b.
Seth, I hope very few people are going to go through what you just said when they actually do the problem. If you're going into the SAT, you should know that a quadratic equation can be written different ways, and you should be familiar with what's called the vertex form.
A is equal to 8.
Yeah.
And B.
Yeah.
So if A is less than 5.
Yeah.
Okay, if A is 5 less than B, therefore B is A plus 5, right?
Right.
So, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So the first thing
B is 13.
First thing, Seth went off on a tangent about how do you know that this is the vertex. As an engineer, if you're taking the math SAT, you should be very familiar with vertex form as opposed to like deriving it, analyzing it and deriving it from scratch. So you would just pick the vertex. You would pick the y values of the vertex directly off the equation A and B. Now you have to translate English into math, which you have to do very carefully because there's the dangerous less than. Everybody raised their hand when they were in 6th or 7th grade and they got that question wrong. When you say 5 is less than x, do you write 5 minus x or x minus 5? I still sometimes get that wrong.
Well, this is an example which we've seen in other SAT questions. That they'll use a variable and tell you what the value of the variable is.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty silly, right?
Yeah.
Let A be the y coordinate of the vertex of F. Well, and then B. Okay.
The y coordinate of the vertex G. Yeah.
Yeah. Y coordinates that B is the y. So so they're asking for what is the value of B if the number they tell you 8, right, is 5 less than B. Yeah. So you could write it. Yeah. So if you see this, if you're not thinking that A is 5 less than B. So how much is B? 5. B is 5 more than A.
Well, what I would do personally
in algebra, A is 5 less than B. A equals B minus 5.
What I
And
would
then
do,
using algebra, you calculate that B is equal to A plus 5.
what I would do,
But this conclusion it also could be talked about in plain English.
yeah. Well, again, what I would, anytime I see the less than formulation, I immediately go to an equation. I need to do that. I think that's a nice, clear approach. You sort of.
Well, I think the best preparation is to learn many approaches.
Well, of course. We're offering. That's why we're here. We have different approaches. Seth has. I forgot to say, Seth is a PhD in math from MIT. He's a professor emeritus at SUNY Albany. I have a PhD in mechanical engineering from Columbia University. Yeah. By the way, I'm wearing a shirt that shows the picture that I got to do the PhD. I just want to show everyone. Why?
Wow!
Our team was the first person in the world to have taken that picture, and I must thank Seth publicly for showing me photography. I'm 7 years younger than Seth, believe it or not, and Seth was very nice. When he was younger, he did all this photography stuff, and I picked it up from my brother, and really helped me take this picture, which helped me get here. So thank you, Seth, for all that photography stuff that you did when we were younger. Anyway, that's beside the. Yes, there are different. We come to this from different approaches, but I always get confused by this. So I have to go back to basics, and I just have to write the equation. I have to translate English into math. A is an equal sign, 5 less than B, and I know because I've made the mistakes enough that this is B minus 5. So that's also something that you should be familiar with. Because on the SAT, you don't really have that much time to really think, to remember, well, what is it? Is it 5 minus B or is it B minus 5?
Well, there's the third approach.
Yep, sure.
The A and B. It's reading in English. A is 5 less than B. So if we have A on the number line somewhere, A to be 5 less than B, that means A is kind of to the left.
Right. Yeah.
So lesser
right.
is that way.
Right.
So A is lesser. So A is to the left of B. And how much to the left is 5.
Right.
Therefore, from the number line, B is if you know A, you could figure out B.
Right. That's a good way
of doing it. It's simply 5 plus A.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it.
So it's a third approach, a geometric approach.
Yeah, that's a really nice approach.
Yeah.
Okay, so my suspicion is that they will invoke the vertex form of a parabola. And thankfully, they give it to you. So you basically should be familiar with the vertex form of a parabola. I suspect that's the way they're going to do this problem. But what Seth did is Seth explained why the vertex form of the parabola is basically the vertex form of the parabola, and that this thing doesn't get any higher or lower depending on what A is. Right? This thing, because it's a squared term, it's always positive.
Okay, so so here's a question: if we have a formula for a parabola, like formula for
maybe we should wait.
I'm going to write it here in blue. Let's use a different color. Here's a question for the audience.
Give you some space.
Yeah, if we have let's go different. For h of x, right, is equal to 2.5 times x plus 2 squared plus 3x plus 7. Right?
Okay.
Is the vertex the point where the high order term equals 0?
No. It is?
No.
No. Yeah, no. The Seth wrote yes.
Why not?
I don't know.
Why not? Because I put this pesky linear term in there.
Yeah, because you have to look at this whole thing. This whole thing, right? This whole thing would have to be a minimum, or this whole thing would always have to be positive or negative, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's
All right.
not, right? This is always
okay. It'd be even more tricky. What if they did this?
This whole thing here is always negative.
GHK of X is equal to minus 2.5. What happened? Minus 2.5 times X plus 2 squared plus 3 times X plus 2 times X plus 2 plus 9. All right.
Well, yeah, you would want to. What you have to do is you have to combine like terms.
What is the vertex?
Okay, fine. Well, first of all, you got to combine like terms. I see like terms here because this thing here is 3x plus 2 squared. So you have combined. You have like terms, right? And then you add this up and you get 1/2. You get 1/2. I'll do 1/2 just to be cute. 1/2 x plus 2 squared plus 9. So the vertex is negative 2, 9. Now, remember, the vertex here is negative 2, 9, because there's this negative sign.
The x-coordinate of the vertex is,
Yeah,
now, in the question that the original question, you did not have to figure out the x-coordinate of the vertex.
I was just thinking about that. It doesn't happen that often that they give you more information than you need in an SAT question, but in this case they do. They give you extra information. They could have made it x plus z, right? X plus z and x plus z, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see how they did it. I think that they invoked the vertex form. Well, let's see what they did. Okay. Now let's see. Keep going, or see how we answered this question. Yes, 4 steps. Recall that the graph of a quadratic equation of the form is a problem with the vertex. They didn't use the word vertex form. Too bad. But they essentially said the same thing. They didn't use the term. We know that we know that y is that, so it follows that the vertex is negative 2, 8. We don't really care about the negative 2. Everyone's wasting their time with that. We also know that, so it follows the negative 2b. Negative 2 is irrelevant. The verbal, you see, A is 5 less than B. Translates, remember we used the word translate from 6th and 7th grade. Translating English into math. It writes this, and then you do it this way. And then you solve then you substitute another pillar of algebra. 8 is B plus 5, B minus 5. And then you add 5 to both sides, and you get the answer. Not much to say, right? I mean...
Not much to say,
But because this is on the con practice, they're basically telling you that you got to know the vertex form of a problem. So I guess that's it for today, right? We're done?
So.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, everyone, have a great day, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.